Well, the Detroit Lions decided to make a somewhat of a bigger roster move just about an hour ago. This was according to Adam Schefter. A new home. Former Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick is expected to sign with the Detroit Lions practice squad with the idea that he will work his way onto the active roster per sources. Now, I was way more hyped up about an hour ago, but I had to make the other video, so the hype is a little bit died down for me. But Tim Patrick, I am very excited for this move. He has a lot of potential. He's very good in Denver while he was healthy. The problem is he's missed the past 2 seasons with a torn ACL. And I'm not shocked, honestly. I'm really not shocked that Brad Holmes decided to bring this guy in. He is 6'4", so he is that big body X receiver we've been looking for. My question is, why to the practice squad? The Broncos were evidently trying to trade Patrick, and if they did not get a trade partner, they're going to release him. They did not get a trade partner, so they released him, and we picked him up today. My question is, why is he going on the practice squad? He's too good of a player to go on the practice squad. This will be the Josh Reynolds replacement if he does go on the 53-man roster. I'm very confused with what they're trying to do here in terms of why they signed him to the practice squad. Because there's a chance that he will get picked up before week 1. So are they just signing him to the practice squad to see what they got? They're going to bring him in for some practices and stuff like that, see what they got in Patrick. If they like what they see, then they'll sign him to the 53-man roster before the season. If they don't like what they'll see, they'll keep him on the practice squad and continue to have him on getting the offensive playbook down and stuff like that, and just start elevating him to see how he does. I don't really know what they're trying to do, but I do really like this signing as it does bring a lot of potential. The guy is 30 years old. He will be turning 31 at the end of the season. Let's take a look at his stats here. He had 5 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown in the preseason. I don't think you guys can see this. Let me make this bigger here. But he had 5 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown in the preseason. He is a very good receiver, again, when healthy. The problem is, can he stay healthy? He is a former UDFA in 2017. He did not play in 2017. In 2018, he had 315 yards, a touchdown. 2019, 218 yards. 2020, missed 2 games, 742 yards and 6 touchdowns. 2021, missed 1 game, 734 yards, 5 touchdowns. In his career, he has over just barely 2,000 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns in his 4-year NFL career, whatever you want to call it. He's been in the league for 7 years, but he's only played 4 seasons. 2 to injury and 1 because he just didn't make the team. I really like this move. I really, really do. Again, a little bit confused why practice squad. I think the Lions are still looking at another receiver, though. Because obviously I don't think they were trying to trade for him. So I think Brad Holmes was like, oh, he got released? I got to pick this man up. We need a big body receiver. We need some depth in this competition. Let's bring him to the practice squad. Let's see what he can bring to the table because he's missed these past 2 seasons with season-ending injuries. But I think he's targeting someone else as well that they already had intentions of bringing in, and they just haven't made the move yet. Whether that's a trade or whether that's through free agency, there's a lot of talented receivers that got released during this free agency process, and more will get released within the next couple of days. Just I don't know if there'll be any more big names. Kadarius Toney got released. Absolutely not. I just want to put that out there because I know somebody's going to bring it up in the comment section. Absolutely not. Sterling Shepard got cut. Allen Robinson got cut. Russell Gage got cut. Ben Scarana got cut. Quintez Cephas got cut. Noah Brown got cut. So Tim Patrick and Noah Brown were the 2 biggest receivers, in my opinion, that got cut so far during this cut down process. And we got one of them, which is really nice. If we could get Noah Brown on this team, we went from having probably one of the worst wide receiving cores on cut day to one. I don't want to say one of the best because you don't still have an elite wide receiver 3 like you did last year with Josh, but you have depth now. The fact that that a UDFA is your wide receiver 4 before we made this move was concerning to me. Now, I'm going to ask you, who do you think that potentially receiver that we're looking at is well, another receiver to add? Who do you think it is? I think it could be John Mechie. Now, I think John Mechie's out of the equation now. I don't think they're trying to trade John Mechie. He had a very good preseason. This is his third year, former second-round pick. They're not getting rid of him because they got rid of Ben Skowronek, they got rid of Quintez Cephas, and they got rid of Noah Brown. So, their top 4 wide receivers is Nico Collins 1, Stephon Diggs 3, Stephon Diggs 2, Tank Dell 3, Robert Woods 4, and John Mechie 5. I also thought Robert Woods we could potentially be looking at, but again, there's no way they're trading those guys. I know they also have, what's his name? Xavier Hutchinson. He absolutely balled out during the preseason. I liked him a lot. I was studying his draft tape quite a bit last year in the draft. I liked him quite a bit. But, so that's probably not going to be the case, but could be looking at a guy. Terrace Marshall got cut. There was one more guy who got cut today. I forget who it is that the Lions could potentially be looking to add. There's so many guys who got cut. It's another big body receiver, I want to say. I forget who it was. I totally forget. But I think they could potentially be looking at him. But if we're going to bring in another receiver, it'd be between Noah Brown and Terrace Marshall for me. Both bigger body receivers. Terrace Marshall 6'4", Tim Patrick 6'4". Terrace Marshall 6'4", and Noah Brown is 6'2". So Noah Brown is the same height as Donovan Peoples-Jones. So if we could get one of those two guys, that'd be ecstatic. That means, essentially, because I'm assuming Tim Patrick would be signed to 53-man roster before the season or just right after week 1. So Tim Patrick will be wide receiver 4, and then just say you'd pick up Terrace Marshall. Terrace Marshall would be wide receiver 5, and then Isaiah Williams will be your depth wide receiver, or the Antoine Green of last year, playing wide receiver 6. So, again, this is a huge move for the Detroit Lions. Do you think the Lions could be looking to add another receiver or another position? Do you like this move? Do you know why the Lions decided to sign to the practice squad instead of 53-man roster? Leave your thoughts, comments down below. One Pride, go Lions.